This video made possible by csgopher.com. Advanced Counter-Strike Statistics. Disclaimer. Guys, welcome back to Betting Made Easy for February 10th, 2015. My name is Evo, and let's get right into this. Sorry again for the lateness of this upload, guys. I will try and get in the habit of doing things earlier in the night. So today we have 7 matches for you guys. Let's get right into this with match number 1. We have Orbit versus the Playing Ducks. This is the best of 3 online. Map is to be announced or to be determined. Lineup number 1 for Orbit, we have Spitfire, Pyth, Skyton, Maxi, and Jumpy. Lineup number 2 for Playing Ducks, Kirby, Keeve, KZY, Crisby, and Tabson. Head-to-head matchup, not available. Odds on CSGO launch right now is 74 to 26 in favor of Orbit. Personal odds 70-30 in favor of Orbit. My prediction 2-1 Orbit, risk low medium. And the reason for this, point number 1, Orbit fared quite well versus TSM, whereas Playing Ducks was handled pretty brutally by the ex-Copenhagen Wolves, who is now Dignitas. And, well, I mean, both are pretty bad as far as the grand scheme, but put these two together, I see Orbit coming out on top. Highlights for this matchup, Pyth and Tabson. Match number 2, we have Envious versus HellRaisers. This is the best of 3 online, or sorry, best of 1 online, and the maps are to be announced. And it should be said, guys, really early in this video, any of these matches that are on ESEA, if you have any risk or any worry about losing, do not place your bets on any ESEA games. There's been a huge influx of ddosing going on against teams that are playing on ESEA, so I would not risk it if you can't afford to. You might just lose just by getting completely screwed over through ddosing, so that's all I need to say about that. I'm completely basing this on the fact that nobody's getting DDoS. They're playing 5-on-5 without stand-ins. So yeah, match number 2, we have Envious versus HellRaisers. Envious is 2-3 in their last 5 games. HellRaisers are 3-2. Maps are to be announced. Lineup number 1 for Envious, we have Shocks, NBK, Smith, Happy, Kiyoshima. Lineup number 2 for HellRaisers, Kucher, Flamey, Doja, Angel, and Adren. Now it should be noted this is HellRaisers post the departure of Markalov and Simple. So this is with 2 new players. Head-to-head matchup, Envious or LDLC is ahead 5-0. Odds on CSGO launch 80-20. My personal odds, I give this a 70-30. I think it's going to be closer than people are making this out to be, and the reason for that, you know, like HellRaisers beat Virtus Pro at LAN. They have a history of just upsetting these top teams out of nowhere, so my risk of this is medium to high. I still think Envious is going to take it, maybe 16-12, but I don't think it's going to be as much of a blowout as the stats proceed it to look. So highlights for this game, Shocks, Happy, and Adren. Moving on, we have LGB versus Fanatic. This is a best of 1 online map to be announced. LGB is 1-4 in the last 5 games. Fnatic is 4-1-0. That's 1 tie. And this LGB, this is the new London Conspiracy under a new banner, or for the most part. So for lineup number 1 for LGB, we have Polly, J Kim, Zevs, Rain, and Rubino. Lineup number 2 for Fnatic, we have JW, Crims, Pronax, Flush, and Olaf Meister. Head-to-head matchup, Fnatic is ahead 4-0. Odds on CSGO launch 15-85. Personal odds 20-80 in favor of Fnatic, and my prediction is a 16-8 Fnatic. Again, I don't think this is going to be as much of a blowout, and the reason for that is because at LAN, LGB performed well versus Fnatic, and so I don't think this is going to be as much of a blowout. I think it's going to be moderately close. It is a best of 1, so it could even be a complete upset, but I would go low medium on this. I would not all in for sure, because this game could definitely be an upset as well as the HellRaisers game. Both of these teams are notorious for just having these crazy upsets. Match number 4, we have Mousesports versus Property. It's the best of 1 online on Overpass. Mousesports 2-3 in their last 5 games. Property 4-1. Lineup number 1 for Mouse, we have Chris J, Legia, Troubly, Gaubi, and Zonix. For Property, we have Schneider, Twist, Berg, Zenda, and Pauf. Head-to-head matchup not available. Odds on CSGO launch 60-40. Personal odds 50-50. I think this is going to be a incredibly close game, and the reason for that, Mouse beat ESC 16-14 on Overpass this week, whereas Property is 3-0 against ESC the last 2 weeks, so they've been playing a lot better against ESC, and on this map ESC gave Mouse a run for their money. So based on those statistics, I think it's going to be really close. Point number 3 though, this is on ESEA again, so anything could really happen here, guys. I would not risk everything. It's just ESEA is having so much problems with the DDoS right now. Highlights for this game, Online J, Schneider, and Troubly. Match number 5, we have Envious, the winner of Envious HellRaisers versus winner of LGB Fnatic. So for all purposes, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to say no upsets. no ddosing, no problems, and this one is a best of 3 online, so realistically it should be Envious versus Fnatic unless there's a crazy upset in a best of 1 or ddosing, or both. DDosing leading to a crazy upset. Is this? Sorry, hold on. This is on ESEA too? Oh no, this is on. Right, this is FPL's challenge. Sorry, so there shouldn't be any DDoS issues, and this is not ESEA. So I would not be too worried about this one realistically, unless there's a crazy upset from HellRaisers or LGB. It should be Fanatic versus LDLC, which brings me to this. So odds in CSGO launch for this are 50-50, which they should be. The personal odds for this, I think, are 50-50 as well. In a best of 3 online, like, Fnatic performed incredibly poorly the last 2 weeks, and then Inferno Online, they just turned it right the fuck up and brought back to the #1 team in the world, hands down Fnatic. They played like that, LDLC didn't. Whereas for the past 2 months or 3 months even, LDLC has been the best team in the world. It's been confirmed. NIP hasn't been able to contest, and neither has Fnatic. So I don't know right now. I think if it really comes down to whatever team, you know, comes to play. So risk for this, I think, is pretty high. The reason for that is because I can't guarantee you there's going to be NBS versus Fnatic. If it is, I would think NBS beats Fnatic 2-1. Based off the recent performances online, I think LDLC is still a stronger team as long as they have a good veto. Could be upset, potentially double upset. So this could be HellRaisers versus LGB, and this whole thing is completely trash. But cross that bridge when it comes to it. I can't update you guys that frequently on these style of videos. So, alright, so the highlights for this game is JW, Shocks, and Crim. So let's finish this up real quick. Match number 6, we have Titan versus Virtus.pro. Titan is 3-2 in the last 5 games. Virtus.pro is 1 win, 2 ties, 2 losses. This is the best of 1 online, and the map is Mirage. Lineup number 1 for Titan with Kenny S, Apex, Existence, Maniac, RPK. Lineup number 2 for Virtus.pro, Snacks, Neo, Taz, Bialy, and Pasha Biceps. Head-to-head matchup, Virtus.pro has actually had 5-0 in the last 5 times these guys have faced. Odds in CSGO launch 50-50. My personal odds 50-50. And I would even say 51-49 in favor of Virtus.pro. I think Virtus.pro is going to take this, and the reason for that is this is on Mirage. Virtus.pro, very, very strong historic Mirage team. They're at over 70% win rate, whereas Titan's looking at about 55-60. Mirage has always been a very, very strong Virtus.pro pick. Everyone knows that, so, you know, that's why the odds, I think, are reflecting it. And, like, does Titan obviously prove they're still much better, but then Virtus.pro did beat them at Inferno Online, so, you know, it's tough to gauge something like that. You know, Titan beat LDLC, Fnatic, and then they lose to Virtus.pro, who, like, it's so tough to call this, because then HellRaisers beat Virtus.pro, you know? It's so backwards, the pro scene like that, but I think Virtus.pro win this. This is Virtus.pro's map. I think it's a medium-high risk, and the highlights for this game, Kenny S, Apex, and Pasha Biceps. So for our final game, we have Mouse versus Titan. Mouse is 2-3, Titan is 3-2, and it's a best of 1 on Mirage again. So a lot of this bet, guys, I would wait and see depending on how well Titan plays versus Virtus.pro on Mirage. If they get absolutely handled, then maybe skip it. If they don't, then maybe, you know, go all in here. Odds on CSGO launch 25-75. Personal odds, I give 20-80, all in favor of Titan. I think it's going to be about a 16-8, and again, this may change based off the performance against Virtus.pro. And the reason is that because Mousesports lost Alu and Tabson, and I think they have not looked in form ever since that, whereas Titan proved how strong they are at LAN, and Mirage can have lethal op influence, whereas picking on T side or holding A holding A or B with an op. So Kenny S can really come to shine, as well as Chris J. This is really going to be a battle of the oppers. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this video. This brings us to the end of Betting Made Easy for February 10th, 2015. Best of luck and happy betting. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.